I'm gonna go for 5 minutes.
And then I'm also
All
gonna
right, sounds good.
I'll just press record on my phone. Okay, hello, and welcome to the July subscription box. Very excited to be here today. We are doing this on the 4th of July, which, maybe you're out with friends at a picnic or at the beach. I'm literally still in my swimsuit from being at the beach earlier today, but hopefully you're having a good time. Um, we talk about cheese every day, so even though it is a holiday, we're still thinking about cheese. So, the other great thing is that the cheeses that are featured in this box are really great for a lot of summer gatherings, for being outside. You'll see Kerry here today is in a lovely outdoor setting with all of her subscription box items. So definitely, during the summer months, we like to focus on cheeses that are very, hardy. They make great, they do well in transport, but also capture seasonality from the rotational grazing practices of some of these cheese makers, as well as, some more summery flavors. So these cheeses are great for bringing around to parties, as well as just enjoying at homes. And yeah, very excited to share them with you. We have a few items that aren't really well distributed, and they're going to be really fun for you to try. Very award-winning, and lovely. So Carrie, I just want to check if you're still connected on that side. I saw it froze for a second, but I think we're back. But But yeah, great to see you and hello.
Yeah, sorry, like I'm out in rural Wisconsin, so I'm using my phone as a hotspot. Where there's beauty, there's rural internet. It's just the way it is. And you might see a turkey or two. So
I'm ready.
sorry. I'm
No.
not sure what could be more American, to be honest. Turkeys running around, American made cheese, and outside waiting for a thunderstorm.
Yes. Oh man, that would be really awesome if we caught that on camera.
What else? What other kind of weather are you going to have on the 4th of July, right?
Yeah. Yeah. There's always a risk of a thunderstorm, that's part of summer too, which is what I like about it's very much I don't know, like when I grew up on the West Coast, that was definitely not as much of a thing. Like having a thunderstorm in San Francisco was like a very exciting moment. But yeah, after being on the East Coast in New York, it's very much like, it's your chance to see a rainbow all the time. Saw a couple yesterday, so
Wow, way to look for the lining, Jessica.
yeah. New York just became a tropical zone, so I have to look at that
Right.
that lining.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. In terms of the weather pattern. So um cool. So yes, short introduction. I always just kind of jumped in here. My name's Jessica. I am the founder of Cheese Grotto. You'll see both Carrie and I. Carrie, she does customer service, also does events and has her own business from why am I saying it wrong? Raj,
Hey, sometimes I can't say it right. So,
please tell us about your business.
forage to fromage.
There we go. I was trying to say it like
So,
French.
if you had smell-o-vision right now, you'd catch the whiff of the animals. That's where it starts. Forage, as in what the cows eat. My husband's a dairy nutritionist, so he's knowledgeable in the dairy industry, and I'm a certified cheese professional. And we're both from Wisconsin, believe it or not.
Yeah, one of the cheese capitals. You gotta be. Yeah. Amazing. Yeah. So yeah, Carrie's been great. We've done a lot of events over the years together, and she is one of the first customers of the Cheese Grotto as well back in 2016, when we launched. And the Cheese Grotto is a humidor for storing cheese. You'll see here I have the Cheese Grotto Fresco uh, in my on my counter. During the summertime, I do like to keep the grotto in the fridge because we have a nice balmy 80-degree apartment at all times like during the summer months, which everyone's envious of, but we live in the second floor of a brick house with no central air. Um, but so that's why I like to keep my cheese grotto in the fridge. It helps to prolong the shelf life of the cheeses for longer. But when I'm doing a tasting, I'll always take the grotto out of the refrigerator and bring the cheeses up to temp before I'm going to enjoy them because that really will open up um, a lot of the flavor profiles. So yeah, so let's get into the cheeses that we have today. I have these are actually some of the samples that I have left from the photo shoot that I just did. But yes, we have three lovely American artisan cheeses. This is the way we like to celebrate our independence with an independent food system. And basically, we have a really interesting lavender cheddar, which I actually had never had from Rogue Creamery. Like we always think of Rogue Creamery based in Oregon as a cheesemaker that's a pro at blue, which they obviously are because they've won, top awards at the World's Best Cheese Awards, and like for years you like couldn't buy their Rogue River Blue because it was so popular. So this is a little bit more of like a different style, a little bit more accessible for anybody who's a cheddar lover. Infused with lavender, which great gives some nice, lovely summery flavor characteristics. So we're going to start off trying this cheese here. Um, yeah, I'm gonna slice off a piece and
Just that when I popped this open, this was just amazing. And I'm probably about the only one in the world who doesn't care for lavender. And this is so floral. I haven't tasted it either, so it'll be interesting to see how much is communicated.
oh, awesome. I love that we're capturing on camera the first moment of this cheese. Um, but yeah, I mean, the thing is that, yeah, about lavender in general, it's a very strong, overwhelming aroma and flavor. And so, I am impressed by their ambition to create something with lavender because oftentimes I only find lavender in like fresh goat cheeses. Like having like, a bright, tangy, fresh goat cheese, like purple haze. We actually did that one in a recent uh, subscription box, which has fennel pollen and lavender. And that really works naturally, I find, because you have the goat milk, goat cheeses, and these herbs all kind of grow in like similar areas of France, and that's like where a lot of these origins of these flavors kind of meld. But putting into a cheddar is like a very something that I have never really experienced until this. So yeah,
Very American
yes.
thing to do.
We're constantly innovating in America, you know? That's what that's what we always want to be known for. So that's at least what I want to be known for. Um, yeah. And the cheesemakers too. All the cheesemakers here are always creating really interesting things that you might not have tried before. So I always encourage people. So you can when you're tasting this cheese, how I'm doing just like these little slices like this, Carrie, if for like plating. I find with, this is a cheddar, so it could naturally fall as well. I don't know what your thoughts are about the way you would like to plate something like this.
As far as how to cut it,
Yeah.
actually, I'll see if I can get it cut properly. One of the cheese board classes that I did recently, I made two versions of a campfire. So I made, like, I'm laying out these as oh, well, it's visible, like the teepee version of building a campfire.
Oh, that's cute.
And if you cut this in sticks, you can do the log cabin version of a camp.
Yeah. Log cabin, an architecture originating in America.
This is true. It is. I
just
never thought
really
about that.
we're pro America in this.
Well, Minnesota is the home of Paul Bunyan,
Yeah. So there we go. That's a great theme for 4th of July. So yeah, so when I'm gonna taste this, I'm just going to take the piece and take a, break it in half. And definitely like the lavender comes through like pretty strongly. I mean, you do have like a little bit of like a, savory umami undertone to it, but it's very like floral dominant.
Appears to be kind of a younger cheddar.
It is, yeah. There, it's like a younger, um, like it's like minimum 60 days is what they say. So it's like definitely on the younger side.
Does that mean they use raw milk?
They in this one, it's pasteurized.
Okay.
Yeah. But that's it, like with this cheese, what's interesting about it is the like savory, like umami characteristics of the cheddar really like mellow out some of the floral characteristics of the lavender. So you get this like a little bit more of like a sweetness that comes through than you would with either just a cheddar or, a really like just like a pure straight lavender flavor. So it has like a little bit of that.
Yeah, it's more grassy
Yeah, like brings
than
out the grassiness too.
mhm, than on the scent.
Yeah,
This would be another total aside, ADHD.
do it.
I once was challenged to make, given a box of cheese and challenged to make a dish on the grill with each one of them. And one of them was a blueberry cheddar, which is not my fan. I'm not a big fan of blueberry cheddar. Um, but I used it in a s'more
Oh yeah,
and it tasted like a blueberry Danish,
yum. That sounds
you know,
sounds great.
cream cheese Danish or something like that. And this would melt well. That'd be interesting to play with.
Yeah, definitely for like grilling, for adding like a little bit of dimension. Is there a turkey over there? Um, yeah, for adding a little bit of dimension to like some kind of like meat, like a burger or, yeah, like a chicken, like some kind of chicken dish
Ground turkey.
or turkey. Oh my God, that was perfect. I heard it. Like, really. Does the turkey want some cheese? Do you think?
Do you want cheese? Now he's not going to talk.
Oh, stage fright. Stage fright. That's what's going on.
That was funny. We're gonna put the lavender on a ground turkey burger. Ooh.
Oh yeah, that poor thing. That would be good though. That actually would be
Yeah.
good. Yeah. Um, so yeah, I also like this can be fun. So if you do get pairings, like a little bit of the tangerine spread can be fun because it'll bring out a little bit more of like a brightness and like I always like a some kind of marmalade with cheddar. Like it's a really nice like compliment for bringing out more of the like brightness of the cheddar. So that could be really fun to try with it. Um, we also have, yeah, if you want to go a little bit more on the fruity side, um, the dried peaches. This is a cool company. They're basically, trying to save a lot of excess produce that would otherwise go to waste, and make high quality dried fruit instead. So this could be
Oh,
a
this is an excellent idea. I think this is, using the ugly fruit. Because there's, Misfits, I think, does that, but they sell them, in the grocery store as a fresh fruit or vegetable. But
yeah.
this takes the ugly out of them.
I mean, that's the thing, it makes me sad that everything has to be so uniform to the point that we have like so much food waste because of it.
Oh,
So,
smells so good.
mhm. Nice, like rich, deep flavor, like for the dried peaches too.
Yeah, they're soft.
Mm.
We'd roll one of these peaches up with the copa.
Yeah, definitely. Definitely.
Um,
Um, okay, great. Well, yeah. So if you haven't had any of their other cheeses from Rogue Creamery, if you haven't had their blue cheeses yet and you're a blue cheese fan, it is time as well to explore um the beautiful cheeses coming out of Rogue Creamery. They're definitely like a staple of American artisan cheese. And but yeah, it's fun to try something a little bit different from them that uh they're not that they're kind of branching out a little bit. So the second one that we're going to be trying here, I'm just like holding a knife like this, is I'm ready. Is this
you're
the
gonna
Gouda?
help me with the turkey? You're gonna
Oh
help me
yeah.
with the turkey?
We have to do a sacrifice for America today, that's what needs to happen. But yeah, so this is a Gouda. This is not this is like if you had the whole wedge, this is the package. That yes. I don't know if if anyone's has had Urbanstead Creamery. They are quite small. They're based in Ohio, in Cincinnati, Ohio. They won, they've won some great top awards at World Cheese Awards as well as ACS for their Gouda. And I gotta say, there aren't too many people in the States that are making Gouda style, so it is pretty exciting. Every time I discover another cheesemaker making a Gouda, I'm like, yeah, I gotta try that. But I mean, there's like, this your standard supermarket Gouda where it's like semi-firm and kind of just tastes like sweet a little bit and like it's a little bit more like one note. Um but something that has like an age on it and some crystallization to it is very hard to find in the US. Like it's like you wouldn't think it would be that hard, but it's hard to make cheese that's aged out and has the proper texture, like the target texture, and cheesemakers have to wait longer to sell it. So that's part of the reason. But they are an urban creamery, which is really cool. And they are making all the cheeses in small production runs. They actually don't even sell their cheese, like ship their cheese nationally yet. So it's exciting basically to I figured out how to source some of their cheeses. We're gonna try their street ched, which is a street cheddar is what it's a street ched. It's like a play on words. That one we're gonna try in August, for the August box, but essentially that's like a cloth bound cheddar. But what's interesting about this is it also has the natural rind on the outside, which a lot of Goudas are wax rind. So it adds like another like depth of flavor to the cheese, and when you have like that naturally developed rind instead. But yeah, I'd love to hear your thoughts about it.
This one is I haven't had their Gouda. Last time we were at the American Cheese Society Meet the Maker, I tried their cheddar and was seriously impressed.
Mm.
And so immediately thought to um see about procuring it, and they don't distribute much at all. I
Yeah.
would love to live next to that place because they do boards, and I think the semi-restaurant like place to be.
Yeah.
Um, and because I mean, well, this is an amazingly creamy body, still with crystals. Maybe it's super creamy because it's 92 degrees out here. I don't know.
It's softened a little bit.
Mhm. Soften quickly, but
Yeah.
yeah, it really coats your tongue. And I'm drinking a IPA beer, and it really is nice with it.
Oh yeah. Yeah, it's interesting because like it has like deep like deep butterscotch like toffee things going on with it. It's like a very like kind of toffee. Like it's got like a caramelized quality to it, but like a dark caramelization to it. Like it's and I think some of that has is contributed to like the natural rind. Like it has like this like depth of flavor as well. um, from that natural rind. I guess it has some crystallization, but it's not like, big chunk crystals. It's a little bit more of a scattering.
Yeah, they're very small.
Yeah. Um, but a lot of times, yeah, with those natural rinds, I'll get more of these like mushroom notes that come in, like a little more like there's like some mushroomy earthiness to it as well as like this deep, like caramelized quality, which is interesting.
Yeah.
So definitely really dynamic and yeah, worth exploring, I think. I'm glad the IPA works great with that.
It does. It really does. Well, I mean, the Gouda has that slightly cheddar quality to it also that IPAs tend to like. But I all I knew is that they made cheddar, so this is pretty cool to taste a Gouda from them.
Yeah, we're gonna feature them in one of our upcoming Meet the Makers 'cause they also make a brie style. Yeah, their cheddar style, their Goudas. They have like a few different um options. So yeah, it's gonna be fun to taste like the whole gamut from them in the future. We're planning on December right now
Okay,
would be the box that we'd be featuring them. So
cool.
but yeah, so definitely like yeah, so how are you plating that? You have it as like
Yep,
triangles.
yep. I did the little is that pretty good?
That's
It's
pretty
always hard to show a board without dumping.
yeah, the whole setup.
So this is kind of the teepee, and here's the campfire methods of
Love it.
I like to do when I build a board or whatever, I do like to put it into reachable portions, guess I should say. So it's easy to grab a piece. So sometimes guests are put off by having to, dig in there and slice their own or whatever. But if it's easy to grab,
Yeah, it
then
makes it like I feel like that's always the fear when guests come over. They're like, "Who starts this? Like,
yeah.
how do I start?" Yeah, and you're like, "Okay, you've been standing around this for like 30 minutes. Like, do you want me to do it? Like, like, please cut into it."
And I'm going to show you how to make it not, don't make your board too pretty. Then it's a work of art and people won't want to enjoy it. So I'm going to show you how to make it not pretty tonight.
That's our next class is how to make a moderately attractive board so that people eat it. Um,
Boards with personality.
yes, just like humans, you know? Um, cool, awesome. So yeah, hopefully everyone's enjoying that. And then the third cheese that we have, um, it's also a natural rind cheese, that is a classic Appalachian. It is really the cheese that captures the terroir of Meadow Creek Dairy, which is based in Galix, Virginia, which is in the Appalachians. And they focus on the raw milk production. And this one, which is called Appalachian, is really their attempt at capturing like the terroir and of the area. So um semi-firm, like natural rind to it. Um, it's only really like they aren't making these cheeses all year round because they focus on rotational grazing. So we are getting the cheese, you know, um, from like more like the start of the season of grazing, which is cool. I'm gonna cut a piece here. Yeah, you see that's like more of a semi-firm texture.
This one has some active, busy rind. Wow.
Yeah, it's like they really do let it go a little crazy. Like it's kind of this combination. Like it first has like it has like the white bloomy rinds, white bloomy molds that you would find on like a camembert or a brie. Um, but it also has, the natural rind development, which means that they are, brushing it and salting it over time, to kind of keep that rind under control. But the rind I find varies. Like it does, like I don't know if you've noticed that in the
Oh, totally. I've noticed this one vary an awful lot to the point where it's so ripe, it's more brie-like.
yeah.
And when I popped this open, the ammonia that smacked me in the face is dissipating very quickly. Well, it's a little windy. And I have three sides of rind.
Oh
So
yeah.
that the way I'm looking at cutting that is gonna it's gonna look like a little remember those the rye toasts, the rye cocktail breads, those little
Hmm.
square things, yeah. It's gonna look like that. But when I smelled it closer up, there's just a lot of like brown butter caramel.
Hmm. Yeah. There's a little bit of crossover similarities with like the rind on the Gouda and the Appalachian. So I feel like I find that like sometimes there can be similar flavor characteristics, even though like the texture is really different on the two. Um, and the make process is different because with Gouda, they will like wash the curds in whey to slow down the acidification of the curd, and then it creates a more like sweeter profile to Gouda, which is signature to Gouda or Gouda or how, because I know I'm bastardizing that with my American English, but it's 4th of July, so I'm allowed to do that.
It's what we do.
Uh,
English language is optional, and
yeah. You have to conform to me. Uh, anyway. Um, but yeah, like so I with this one it's a tome style, so they don't go through the same washing of the curd with whey. They there's not as much of a heating of the curd. So it retains more of the semi-firm texture, like a little bit bouncy, great meltability to it too. Um, but yeah, because of that, I don't know. I usually get like, yeah, like I was getting like dark chocolate from it for a second there. That was like a wild, like it was like very like yeah, like you can get those like darker like caramel or like chocolate qualities, but I also get like a lot of like beefiness to it. Like it's got like
oh, there. Yeah, it does have some very savory on the nose. Of course, power
Mhm.
of suggestion, right?
Oh yeah. I'm influencing that people all the time accidentally when I do the tastings where I like say it and then they're like, I taste it, right? Immediately. Yeah. This actually, but this would be really, really, really freaking good on like French onion soup too.
Oh my
Like
gosh, yes.
it's like screaming like onion and like beef to me. So like
Oh,
if you did like a caramelized onions, like a beef burger with like caramelized onions and like this cheese would be like you'd be like, I need to take a nap afterwards. Like this is like flavors melding in a way that really rich and intense, but like they fit.
no, totally. And I find that cheese consumption and likes of different styles of cheeses is seasonal. And usually right now, with it being hot, it's usually like the fresh cheeses and mozzarella, tomato season after all. Um, but this one, I don't know, it's just really work. Maybe it's just because I'm absorbed in the countryside. I don't know. It's really very enjoyable, or I'm hungry.
Yeah. You know, eating cheese outdoors, I think maybe we talked about this last time. Maybe we just like being outdoors a lot, but I just feel like eating cheese outdoors, like if I go on like a hike and then I like bring a cheese with me and then I eat the hike, like eat the cheese on the hike, I'm like, this is the best cheese I've ever had. Like it doesn't like matter what it is. I mean, like to
Oh,
a degree it matters, but like it's just there's something about it, like because it is so much of the earth, like when it's done like in these like, terroir driven cheeses like the Appalachian especially it's like you're like smelling the like soil and like the earth while you're outside and like I don't know, it just like kind of melds with the environment and like a really like
Yeah, and you're also, super appreciative of food.
yeah. Yeah, you're like I'm gonna survive another day because I have this wedge of cheese.
I have it with cheese. Hmm. And again, that one is all of these, just coat your palate. I kind of anticipated maybe crumbling one of them because especially like the Gouda, but it was soft enough that it didn't really want to be crumbled. So, um, which is kind of, I mean, yeah, if you have a aged cheese, just crumble it because that's what it wants to do anyway. Don't force it into what it doesn't want to do. But they're all just really excellent on the palate.
Yeah. Yeah. No, there it's like, yeah, it's always, when we're shipping cheese in the summer, trying to, it's harder to ship cheese like in like July and August and September, because, it's very hot and it's recommended to keep cheese cool during transit. But yeah, so it's interesting thinking about like which cheeses like transport well, but also kind of like like scream summer at the same time. Um,
Yeah, it is. My package came with 4 ice packs.
yeah, yeah. It's bulking up for
Yeah.
sure. It's definitely it'd be a little bit more of a challenge, but so far, so it's been good for shipping in the summers as well. But yeah, it's always nice to have that barrier because even in cheese shops, they've done some food science studies and they've proven that denser cheeses can um, stay out at room temperature for much longer than other styles. That's why if you go to a cheese shop, you'll see like a big thing of parm or like cheddars out, just like not in refrigeration. On display, you might have pre-cuts that are like ready to grab. And that's just because they are dense and they have a stability to them that other styles they can change a lot more quickly with temperature fluctuation. So that's why they're also good for a hike because you can just if they're sitting in your bag and it's kind of warm out for a few hours, it'll be perfect.
Just remember it if you put it in your pocket. Just be careful there.
Oh yeah. Yes. Don't put your cheese on a rock in the sun for, 5 hours. That's the only thing you might not want to do.
I've done that on the dashboard though.
Oh,
I used to call it dashboard cheese board. Um, Especially if you get a bag of curds that's been refrigerated, you can pop it on a hot dashboard and warm them up, and then they might get their squeaky back.
oh yeah. Yeah, we should do an episode or something on that. You should just record yourself setting that up, I think.
Dashboard cheese board.
Yeah, you're like,
Don't hit
I'm
the
on the
brakes too
move. I'm on the move, but I still gotta have my cheese.
fast.
Everybody's really into doing it in the airport, like on the airplane. So,
Yeah, that was a thing for a while. I don't know if it still is or not, but
oh yeah,
is
yeah.
it?
Yes, I think it's always going to be a thing for sure. So we got to bring the trend of the dashboard cheese board, also a very American thing to be driving.
This is true. This is
Yes. So we need to eat cheese in creative ways while we're on the road.
yeah. It does work. And I've done the same thing with gummy bears, but that's not here nor there.
Yeah. Oh. Cheese. How about a cheese and gummy bear dashboard
Yeah,
pairing
right.
flight?
This was pre-podcast.
Yeah, no, I know. Now everything needs to be recorded. So, um, beautiful.
This tangerine spread. I haven't had this one. This is really
Yeah,
exciting.
sometimes citrus marmalade's like a little intense for me, because it's just like rinds. Like it's like if you're not into like the bitterness of citrus, it can be a little overpowering. But the tangerine is like a little bit more of a delicate, rinded citrus. It's also like just more like sweet in general, and like so I find it's like a more approachable marmalade in terms of like that flavor. Um, and then yeah, the copa is nice because it's like a little bit more of a denser, earthier uh cured meat to add.
Yeah, I think so because sometimes prosciutto um can get really weird looking in the warmth.
Oh
And
yeah.
I had a smoked bresaola, if I'm pronouncing that right. And,
Yeah.
and we've
From the
been
left.
eating, well, that came from you, yeah. So,
Yeah.
duh, that's been hanging on in the fridge for a good long time because it seems like so much of the time these cured meats just oxidize so quickly.
Yeah. No, for sure, for sure. It's like really shelf stable. Like Quersha does heritage breed pork, so it's like really good quality from Iowa. Um, and you could also fry it up too. It's like a denser one that like you could go and fry it up on a plate or in a pan, and like add it to other grilled meats with the cheeses. Um, Or yeah, you could just enjoy it on a board without that. So it's nice
Yeah,
and flexible in that way because of that
especially
texture.
with prosciutto, if we don't go through the package in fairly short order, I'll fry it up and we'll use it on salads and
Yeah,
things like it's kind of like it stabilizes it so we can enjoy it
totally.
for a little
Like
bit longer.
yeah, it like crisps it up and gives it more texture and yeah,
Now
kind of.
my copa has an interesting shape, so I'm arranging it. It look like fish, little goldfish. Um, I'll hold it up here in a second.
Yeah, I found like they're harder to oh that's
Like cross
cute.
it over like that.
That's cute. They are harder to like fold. And so I found I just kind of fanned them out because they're like a smaller portion cut anyway.
Yeah,
But
that one doesn't want to cooperate.
yeah, awesome. And then yeah, we have the rosemary crackers as well. Which, just add another additional herbaceousness to the board. The just like adding to the summery flavors. So
Yeah, sometimes when I put together a board, like right now, asparagus and snap peas, at least for us, are in season. Um, so I'll take a blanched asparagus spear, um, and wrap it up with a little bit of a dried fruit like the peach and maybe a little cheese and then the copa around that and put that on a board because that's pre-done little snack appetizer.
yeah, that's perfect. That is perfect.
There we go. And pretty soon it's going to be made from turkey.
Yeah. Where are they? I want them to come back.
I don't know. He's hanging around here somewhere. He's got his fan all out and everything.
Love it. I love it. Awesome. Yeah, so yeah, we can just do a little final touches of the board and yeah, I don't know if there's any fun other thoughts you want to add to all the
Well, just
pairings.
when we're out in the hot summer sun and everything, I like to do as much stuff ahead as possible. But you really can't too much with cheeses. So if I had my other grotto with me, I would have a cheese board in there. keeping at a good humidity, and then bringing it out
Yes.
in, for company. Um, for the other day, I had lunch in the Classico, ready to go. And just
Perfect.
I just took it outside. It was too nice to be inside, so I took my lunch in my grotto outside.
That's what we're here for, you know? No, it's
But no, I'd be interested to see what people think of especially lavender. I don't usually go in for cheeses with other ingredients. Um, Sometimes it just works. Feels like it's meant to be.
yeah. Yeah, I used to be less, I don't know, I used to be more snobby about it. Like, or just be like, it must be the milk. It must be the milk's expression. Like anything that you add to it is just like obscuring the terroir of the original cheese and is masking some kind of imperfection in it. You know, it's like that kind of like, which I think that does happen to cheesemongers where like they just think about it that way.
Gets a little heavy, yeah.
Yeah. But then I lightened up a little bit and then I was like, there's a lot of interesting flavored cheeses and I need to like try them and expand my palate. And yeah, I'm
Well,
glad that I did. I'm glad I'm open to it because there is a talent and an art to it as well to like figure out how to do it well.
they have to be balanced, yes. I've had
Yeah.
some where the ingredients that were mixed into the curd slash wheel were stronger than the body of the cheese. And that, why bother? It could hardly taste the cheese for the ingredients that were in it. And but if they're well married, they help each other out.
Yeah,
Um,
definitely, definitely. Um,
Now tangerine spread is really nice. For orange marmalade, they do use the bitter oranges, that are basically unpalatable
yeah. Like you could only eat them if they're like
in
candy.
marmalade.
Yeah, and marmalade. Yeah. Yeah.
So you
Amazing.
just came from the beach.
Yes. Yeah. There were sharks. There were actually sharks, so we went in, but like not that far. But they kept blowing the whistle, being like, get out of the water.
Oh my.
Yeah. But another
Good.
classic American movie is Jaws. So I felt like,
We rewatched it. We rewatched it because of the
yeah.
anniversary. Yeah.
Oh, nice. Yeah. It's a good movie. And I'm living the American dream, Jaws. Uh
Swimming with sharks. Okay.
yeah. There's a lot more marine, like active marine life now in New York, which is great because the water's been like cleaner than it's been since like the 70s.
Wow. Okay.
So that's great news. So there's more dolphins, there's whales, lots of fish, but what comes with all that is sharks.
Sharks. Yeah. Well, warmer waters too, aren't they kind of moving up because the temperature of the waters?
Yeah, that's also part of it. Like things have warmed up, but they stick around because it's a great feeding ground for them and not humans. I know people think that they just want to eat humans like in the Jaws movie, but they don't. They just think that they're eating when they bite a human, they're think that they got something else.
Yeah.
That's what happened. Um, so you just have to make sure that you're not like alone swimming out there because they might think you're a seal or something. So that's the main thing. If you're with a group of people, it's a lot better because it's kind of like, oh, they kind of know like this is not for me.
Chaos. It's yeah.
Yeah. The likelihood of getting killed by a shark, I was like looking that up because people get really scared, but it's like incredibly low. Um,
Okay.
yeah, it's like really not even like something that people should worry too much about. But getting bitten by one is not that fun either. So I get why people don't want that to happen.
No. No,
Even if you didn't
probably
like
not.
die, like it would still hurt. So
Exactly.
yeah, but yeah.
Well, that's a good day to be out at the beach.
Yeah, it's there's a lot of great beaches in New York City. It's like people forget that that's also a part of it, but it's it's a fun place to be for sure.
I
But
finished
let's
what we
keep it
have for the board.
beautiful. Got to get some photos of that too.
Okay. For the turkeys and the rooster.
Oh my
Yeah.
God, yeah, if you can get the turkey and the rooster in there too, that'd be awesome.
All we need now is braying donkeys or something.
Yes. There's got to be one around there. But
Then that's the
amazing.
world. I'm expecting an acorn to drop on it.
Oh man. Okay. Well, we won't keep you
Oh
out,
no.
out there with all the wild beasts and weather and uh but yeah, hopefully, everyone has a great July, great summer month. I hope that this video was informative. Um Obviously we like to have fun while we're doing this. Hopefully it's not too many jokes. But
But when life is a joke.
yeah, yeah, now we get philosophical.
Yeah.
When you eat cheese, talk about it a lot. That happens.
I'd
Just
like
get
to hear
some,
if anybody, comes up because this is a fun one to come up with different bites, I think. And
yeah.
and I'll just to really play with. Also great breakfast cheeses as well. Um,
Yeah. Yeah, I put some recommendations too for like different beverage pairings on the tasting menu um as well. But yeah, I would love to hear what you end up pairing everything like, all the cheeses with and how you enjoy them and take some photos of your cheese adventures.
yeah, please.
And yeah, hopefully we'll do it. We're doing it live every first Friday of every month. So if you want to join us, we do send out that Zoom link on the tasting menu. But if you can't make it, you get to see us at any time during the month of July or whatever month you're enjoying it. So lucky you. We'll have a
Where,
recording.
where are we gonna be next time? I don't know.
Yeah.
That's why I named this one Waldo.
Yeah, Waldo travels well. Waldo's the little one, the Piatto, cheeseburger Piatto that travels well. But all right. Well, yeah, I hope you have a great, lovely rest of your holiday, and we will see you next month.
Yeah, next month, August. Oh my goodness.
Crazy.